strongest points of our team is that every night you're going to expect to get 110% on the ice. I think if you come into a game, you're going to get some excitement from our team, and you're going to see some goals, you're going to see some fighting, and you're going to see some hitting. So I think we're an exciting team to watch. Like I said, you're going to get 110%.
The American Hockey League traces its roots to two earlier minor professional leagues, founded in 1926, and the first International Hockey League established in 1929. In 1936, with membership waning in both leagues, each recognized the necessity to assure the survival of its member clubs. To stave off potential extinction, the governors of the two circuits decided that the best solution would be for the leagues to play an interlocking schedule with each other. Styled as the International American Hockey League, the clubs of the two loops began joint play in early November 1936. Albany's Pepsi Arena, formerly Knickerbocker Arena, continues to have great success as it enters its 18th year. Renamed in January 1997, the Pepsi Arena is upstate New York's premier sports and entertainment facility. The arena is owned by Albany County and operated by SMG, the world's largest private management firm for public assembly facilities. The Pepsi Arena has a flexible seating capacity that ranges between 6,000 and 17,500. Since Frank Sinatra first christened the building on January 30th, 1990, more than 7 million patrons have walked through the turnstiles. In 2000, the Pepsi Arena ranked 14th nationally in total concert attendance, higher than arenas in Philadelphia and other major markets. In addition to being a regular Northeast concert stop, the arena has developed into a sports fan's dream.
Actually, it's been pretty good. It's the first time I actually met the whole organization from top to bottom. The owner, we met the owner, and everybody that works for the team, so it's not kind of weird when you see somebody in the arena walking around. You know who everybody is, which is always good. And it's nice to talk to them and to see what they do actually to help us out every night, getting people in the stands. So it's nice. It's a good organization. It seems like a pretty good city, and so far we're having a lot of fun.
It's the downtown's kind of quiet at times, when all the state employees leave, but it's a good city. I think it's got a lot of variety in terms of restaurants and living. And
I don't know much of the area that well, but we're getting to know the area a little bit better. It seems like there's a lot of nice restaurants. It seems like a really nice city, and like I said, we're starting to get used to it right now. So people seem really nice, and hopefully we get to know it a little bit more.
I live downtown, and a good place. It's a different kind of atmosphere. It's older, so it's nice.
We expect them they got to have their own life away from the rink. We don't expect them to sit home and, twiddle their thumbs every night. We do expect them to go out and really enjoy the area that they're playing in, get to know the area, get to know the community. We really expect them to do charity events for us, make community appearances. But by and large, go out. We know as young guys they're going to go out and have a good time. I don't expect them to sit home and drink tea every night, but when they do go out, they got to be careful and just handle it professionally and stay out of trouble.
As a team, as a whole, I think the big thing we work out is systems. You know, neutral zone and forechecking and power play and penalty killing. I think that's what helps win games, is knowing what you're doing out there on the ice and everybody's on the same page, which is always good. And power play is going to win games. We work on power play a lot, which is going to be the key to our success this year.
We have a lot of depth. We've got a lot of guys with NHL experience, and you know, I think we're a pretty close-knit team, and we work hard, and that's how we beat teams. We outwork them. So.
Working hard all the time. You got to, practice harder than you play, and do everything to the best of your ability. And whatever you do in practice, if you're scoring in practice, you're going to score in games. It all stems from working hard in practice.
We usually work on system work, so when it comes to game time, it's second nature. The systems as far as positioning is where to be on the ice, and the offensive and defensive zone, and just to keep sharp with your skills.
Physicalness, working hard. We haven't given up too many one-on-one battles, and that's what's winning us games.
If you're going to have success, the guys are going to be able to get along and stick up for each other, on the ice. And I would say, for me, team chemistry ranks probably on a list of 6 things. That probably ranks number 2. First things would be having enough talent to execute your systems.
Yeah, we have a bunch of clowns on our team. I think everybody's pretty funny, actually, but the guys that stand on my head would be the Goon Squad, McLeod, Love, and Boychuk. Those are the funny guys that like to keep everybody loose, so that's all those guys.
The Goon, I think Mitch Love is up there with the number of majors he has this year, so I think he has the most fights.
Really?
We've got I think he's got about 7 or 8, I believe. But we've got enough toughness around. We've got other guys that don't shy away from fighting too. So not only Mitch Love, but we have a few others.
We're on top in the league and for fighting majors, and Mitch Love and Johnny Boychuk is another one. Yeah, so he's a little behind them, but he's starting to catch up to him. So he's not too far behind. But those are the 3 guys that fight the most on our team.
I'd say I'm more of a power player. I'm not really known. My role in this team isn't quite to score goals. I'm more of an energy guy and to finish my hits and be that type of player.
Yeah, not a finesse player.
Not a very nice guy on the ice. Huh?
No. I like watching Scott Stevens and
Scott Stevens.
Guys that like to hit and play physical.
Right.
I'm a finesse player. I'm not big enough to be a power forward or anything like that. So I'm going to have to go out there, set guys up, set my line mates up, and score goals. So I think that's my job to get paid to do. I'm too small to be a power forward.
I'm pretty much an energy guy, and I hit guys and get the puck and turn it over and chip in offensively when I can, but be good defensively.
I'm a forward, so you want to try and score some goals as a forward typically, and that's what I try and do.
Somebody that's never satisfied, somebody that's always pushing you and hard on you, and knows when to let up and knows when to put pressure on the team, and works hard.
I started as a little guy and was fortunate enough to get drafted by the Washington Capitals back in the early 70s, and played 9 years of pro and stayed in the game on the scouting side, administrative side, and then I started coaching six years ago. We just had a meeting with about 8 of our first and second year guys, and we talked about, taking care of themselves off the ice, making sure that they're eating the right foods, drinking enough fluids after games, and, that'd be water and juices and things of that nature to, replace nutrients that they may lose during a workout. Being a pro isn't just, being a good hockey player on the ice. It's you know, taking care of yourself off the ice, respecting people that you meet along the way, and, you know, showing up at different functions looking like a pro, dressed properly, and, you know, making sure that you represent the organization first class and represent yourself and your family. I mean, we spend an awful lot of time talking to our guys, especially at the minor league level, about that, because when they go up to the National Hockey League, you know, they're going to be expected to carry themselves professionally and clean cut. We don't put up with a whole lot of nonsense off the ice.
A good coach is someone who get the best out of his players, a good communicator, get his message across, whatever that message might be, and you know, and someone who, like I said, demands hard work and demands respect of his players.
Yeah, I mean, we're a mixed team of veterans, guys who have played pro hockey for anywhere 5 to 10 years to probably half of our roster made up of first and second year pros. So we designed it that way because we knew we were going to have a lot of young kids and we wanted to have enough veterans surrounding them to kind of teach them the ropes and, you know, be able to handle the certain situations that they may come across game in and game out.
I think a good coach is somebody that you know what he expects of you. I think with Tom Rowe, our coach, he expects you to give 110% every night, and he doesn't care if you score a goal, or get an assist, or get a point, as long as you go out there every night and give 110%. I think that's the biggest thing with the coach is you know what to expect. I think that's the biggest thing with Tom. Everybody knows what to expect, and nobody doesn't know what to expect, which is always the plus in a coach.
And I would say the qualities would be someone that's very serious about becoming a professional hockey player and making it to the National Hockey League. Somebody that's going to be able to take instruction, somebody who's very coachable, but somebody that's going to, you know, respect the family that he was brought up by. You know, we figure if we get a player that has a good bond with his mother and his father and his siblings, then chances are he's going to be a pretty good character guy to have on your team and make you a championship organization.
3 games in 3 nights is tough. You know, our team, a lot of travel, and we came out with 3 big wins with a lot of hard work.
Playing at this level, the one thing you really need to be is mentally tough. We do an awful lot of bus travel, and we're in Grand Rapids, Michigan last weekend, and Peoria, Illinois on Friday night. It took us 6 hours to get there. We rolled by bus. Everything's by bus except, you know, one trip a year we fly, but once we get to the area, we're on the bus. But, you know, we rolled in at Grand Rapids, Michigan at 4:30 in the morning, played at 7 o'clock that night, and we won simply because, you know, the guys are pretty tough mentally, and that's what we really look for, and that's what you have to play at this level.
Well, we just, you know, we found a good line combinations, and you know, we've been working hard, and it's been coming together, and it's evident in our last, you know, we've got 9 of our last 10 points, and so it's been pretty good.
As a team, it's good to get on the road sometime just to, you know, get camaraderie on the team and go out to dinner with the guys, and, you know, we've been together that long, so it's good to get away, and I think that's the first time in my career you win 3 games in a row on the road like the way we did, so that was a big plus, and, you know, we've had a slow start this season, so it was nice to get 3 runs in a row, and we dug ourselves out of the hole that we got ourselves in. But you know, going to 3 away barns and win like the way we did, it shows the character that we have on this team.
I think they've been sort of responsive to how we play. I mean, you earn the fans' respect, I think. So when we're playing well, they're you know, very supportive, and when we're losing, you know, it's expected. They're not as happy, and so we strive to win some games and make them happy too.
You know, we came here, didn't know what to expect, but you know, last year we came here, they didn't have too much of a fan base, but I noticed that it started to grow. It's starting to grow, so that's really good for the community.
Fans have been great. You know, it's tough to get to know fans when you haven't been here before, but it's our first year here, and we're just kind of getting to know the fans a little bit, and a lot more people are coming in the last couple of years, which is good. So I think if we win, we'll get more fans.
Who's that lovable furry rat you see all around the Pepsi Arena? Why, that's Rowdy, the team mascot since October 9th, 1993. The team found him sitting next to the Hudson River waiting for it to freeze so he could play some hockey. They took him in, and now he can play hockey whenever he pleases. Rowdy graduated from the Albany River Rats University with a major in fan entertainment. Let's get those fans on their feet. Rowdy can't always do it on his own, so the Big Cheese is there to give him a hand. The Big Cheese can be found in the stands and on the ice. During intermissions, the Big Cheese hosts events on center ice that gives fans the opportunity to win great prizes.
Yeah, I like facing the Providence Bruins because I played for them for 2 years. I think it's nice to go out there and beat a team that didn't want to re-sign you. So I like playing them every year, look forward to it, and usually have a pretty good game against them because they look forward to it so much. So we got them coming up pretty soon, so looking forward to that day, and like I said, hopefully play good against them every time.
Team that I like to. I like facing Hershey. That was my first professional team I played for, so it's always special playing them. I enjoy playing them.
Before it was like I like coming to Albany and playing against them, so it's against Lowell. You know, it's nice playing against the old team. Like playing against Philadelphia as well.
Well, I grew up playing in British Columbia, Canada, and played junior there for 4 years. Moved on to Michigan State University. Played there for 4 years, and last year was my first year pro.
Growing up in Canada, everyone plays hockey. My dad played hockey, so he got me interested in it. Got me a pair of skates, just started skating from the age of about 4 or 5, and just kept on playing from there.
That'd be one of my minor hockey coaches who cut me from a team because he said I wasn't big enough, and that's always been sort of a quiet inspiration for me. When I was about 16 years old, that's when I really thought I could have a lot of fun doing this.
When I was younger, you know, it was just like a dream, but you know, as you grow up, and when I first got to junior back in Calgary, where I played, you know, it actually became reality that I could make it. As soon as I played in junior, I saw all the guys that signed, and you know, went to NHL camps. You know, I watched them and enjoyed playing with them, and that's when I wanted to take the step.
Well, I did. I always wanted to do it, but obviously not playing Division I, doing Division III, and working my way up here, and you know, after having a good career and going there, and finally getting a chance to play in the pro levels, and then playing in the NHL was a great thrill. It's been a long road, but it was all worth it. I think growing up, I was playing hockey. You always wanted to be able to play hockey, but you know, it comes to a point where you might realize that you might not be able to. But you know, I got the chance when I graduated, and I realized that's what I want to do. It's a great living, and you know, I love doing it. You know, not many people can say they love to do what they do, but we're lucky guys that play hockey or any sport, and you know, we look forward to coming to the rink every day and working hard.
I like playing soccer and golf, you know, baseball. Yeah, we have a pretty big game, but back home I play in a league when I go home for summer just to keep in running, you know, keep in shape.
Keep your legs in shape.
So I don't come out of shape to camp.
I'd say tennis. I grew up playing a lot of tennis back home.
I'd have to say baseball. You know, grew up playing in high school and growing up, and it's actually one of the sports that I wanted to play, but I just turned out to be a better hockey player. I was third base, so I didn't have this good strong arm to play shortstop, so it moved me to third. But baseball, you know, I love watching baseball too, so it's up to my favorite sport.
I've had both shoulders operated on, so, and I had those in college hockey when I had my last 2 years of college hockey, so those have probably been the most serious injuries. They were the torn labrums, ligaments inside the shoulder capsule, so those were...
I've been actually kind of lucky. You know, the worst is, you know, I broke my foot, was out for a month or so, but I also lost 3 teeth, which was, I think, worse than my foot because I was in the dentist chair for about 10 hours. So, you know, losing 3 teeth was finally probably the worst. And everybody asks you if you're a hockey player if you have the real teeth, and until last year I did, so now I can show the fake ones. Now it was actually a puck. The goalie shot the puck and hit me right in the mouth.
I've been actually quite blessed that I haven't really got a major injury, but last year, at the end of the year, I broke my ankle with about five games left, so I didn't get to miss a lot, and we were out of playoffs. So, you know, it mattered to me, but you know,
It didn't as a team.
like it did as a team, but it was just kind of like made me feel better that I broke my ankle, and we were out of playoffs. So.
I have to say, game in college, my senior year, I had 4 goals and 2 assists. That's the game that stands out in my mind. But you know, it was one of those games where everything bounced my way. It was fun to play in when that happens. But that's the game that stands out.
They're all pretty good.
Best game I ever played. I'd like to say it was the last one. That's what we're supposed to say.
Yeah.
But no, I think one game in junior hockey, I had 4 goals. We won 5-2, and it was against my best friend, the goalie on the other team. So that was, I'd have to say that was one of my best games.
Favorite hockey team must be the Boston Bruins, just because I grew up in Boston. I've always watched them in the Boston Garden, and then went to the Fleet Center, and always went to the games. It was my big Christmas present every year, getting Boston Bruins tickets. So yeah, Red Sox tickets too. But you know, going to the games all growing up.
Colorado or Edmonton. You know, if I got to play for the hometown, it would be great too.
My favorite team growing up was the Boston Bruins. That was my dad's team, so he kind of brought me into that. But younger, it was Colorado too.
And now starting on defense, number 2, Johnny Fortune!
I gotta say my parents are the ones that you know, brought me to the rink every day, every morning, every night, and you know, they brought me up to be a good person. I have to say my parents, they still come to every game. They missed maybe 1 college game, so my parents have been a great inspiration to me.
The recommendations I would give them, the biggest one, don't burn yourself out. I know a lot of youth hockey organizations have their kids playing 80 and 100 games a year. I think that's ludicrous. Play from October to maybe March or February and pick up another sport. You know, that's what we tell our kids. And you play one sport year-round, chances are you're going to fall out of love in it.
It's always hope in the back of children's mind who are playing hockey, and then once it comes to reality, it's pretty special. So.
Our shoeless feet tap lightly on silvery sand. I'll pull you closer, your hand in my hand. The only witnesses were you and me, the ghosts, the stars, the moon and the sea. This type of freedom not only to those who see. Who would have thought it's all free? We danced under the moon,
Thank you very much.
where the mountain meets sky. I must admit I've never been so high. Our shoeless feet